The taxability of a Federal Pacific electrical panel replacement hinges on the project specifics and local tax laws. A panel replacement can be deemed a non-taxable upgrade if it fulfills these criteria. Firstly, significant improvement. The new panel substantially enhances the safety and functionality of the existing electrical system. Secondly, increased value. The replacement elevates the property's value. Thirdly, permanent nature. The new panel is designed for long-term use. Conversely, a panel replacement might be categorized as a taxable repair if it doesn't meet the upgrade criteria. This includes situations: firstly, routine maintenance. The replacement is simply swapping a failing or outdated panel without boosting the system's overall functionality. Secondly, cosmetic repairs. The replacement's main goal is to enhance the electrical system's appearance rather than its functionality. Thirdly, minor improvements. The replacement doesn't notably improve the system's safety or functionality or raise the property value. Some states have specific case law governing the taxability of electrical panel replacements. For instance, in California, a court determined that a Federal Pacific electrical panel replacement was a non-taxable upgrade because it significantly improved property safety and increased its value. To ascertain the taxability of a Federal Pacific electrical panel replacement, it is advisable to seek counsel from a tax professional or the local tax authority. They can assess the project's specific details and offer insights into the tax ramifications. Let's delve into the technical aspects of electrical panel replacements to further clarify the differences between an upgrade and a repair. When assessing whether a panel replacement constitutes a significant improvement, several factors come into play. Firstly, the ampacity of the new panel compared to the old. If the new panel has a higher ampacity, allowing for more circuits and greater overall electrical capacity, this is a strong indicator of a significant improvement. Secondly, the type of overcurrent protection offered by the new panel. Modern panels typically use circuit breakers that provide better protection against overloads and short circuits than older panels that may use fuses or less sophisticated breakers. Thirdly, the presence of arc fault circuit interrupters, or RF and ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs. These devices enhance safety by detecting and interrupting dangerous electrical faults that could lead to fires or electrical shocks. Installing a panel with these features represents a significant upgrade. From a technical perspective, increased property value often correlates with improvements in electrical capacity and safety. A modern electrical panel can handle the demands of contemporary appliances and electronics, making the property more attractive to potential buyers. Moreover, a safer electrical system reduces the risk of electrical fires and other hazards, further increasing the property's value. The permanent nature of the replacement is generally self-evident, as electrical panels are designed to be a long-lasting part of the building's infrastructure. However, it's worth noting that using high-quality materials and ensuring proper installation can further extend the panel's lifespan and contribute to its classification as a permanent improvement. Now, let's consider scenarios where a panel replacement might be considered a taxable repair. If the replacement is simply swapping out a failing panel with a similar one without increasing ampacity, improving overcurrent protection, or adding safety features, it's likely to be classified as routine maintenance. For example, if a 100 amp Federal Pacific panel is replaced with a new 100 amp panel of similar design, the project would likely be considered a repair. Cosmetic repairs, such as replacing a panel cover or repainting the panel enclosure, are clearly taxable as they do not improve the system's functionality or safety. Minor improvements, such as replacing a few breakers or adding a single circuit, may not be enough to qualify the project as a non-taxable upgrade. To be considered a significant improvement, the panel replacement should result in a substantial enhancement of the electrical system's capabilities and safety. It is important to consider the specific electrical codes and regulations in the area where the work is being performed. These codes often dictate the types of electrical panels and overcurrent protection devices that are required for new installations and replacements. Compliance with these codes can be a factor in determining whether the project is considered an upgrade or a repair. Furthermore, the documentation of the project can be crucial. Keeping detailed records of the work performed, the materials used, and the improvements made can help to support the claim that the project is a non-taxable upgrade. This documentation may include electrical permits, inspection reports, and invoices from the electrical contractor. When consulting with a tax professional or the local tax authority, be prepared to provide them with all relevant information about the project. This includes the scope of the work, the cost of the materials and labor, and the reasons for the replacement. The more information you can provide, the better equipped they will be to make an accurate determination of the taxability of the project. In addition to the factors already discussed, it's also important to consider the overall condition of the electrical system. If the existing wiring is old and deteriorated, or if there are other electrical hazards present, it may be necessary to address these issues as part of the panel replacement project. While these additional repairs may be taxable, they can also contribute to the overall improvement of the electrical system and potentially support the claim that the project is a non-taxable upgrade. Ultimately, the determination of whether a Federal Pacific electrical panel replacement is a non-taxable upgrade or a taxable repair is a complex one that depends on a variety of factors. By carefully considering these factors and consulting with qualified professionals, one can make an informed decision and ensure compliance with all applicable tax laws. In the context of electrical work, understanding the difference between an upgrade and a repair is critical for proper accounting and tax compliance. An upgrade typically involves enhancing the system beyond its original specifications, while a repair restores the system to its original condition. Let's further examine specific scenarios to illustrate these distinctions. Consider a homeowner who replaces an old, outdated electrical panel with a new, higher-capacity panel to accommodate additional circuits for a home addition. This would generally be considered an upgrade because it expands the electrical system's capabilities beyond its original design. The new panel not only replaces the old one, but also provides increased capacity for future electrical needs. This type of upgrade often involves running new wiring, installing additional outlets, and adding new lighting fixtures. All these improvements contribute to the increased value and functionality of the property. On the other hand, imagine a scenario where a business owner replaces a damaged electrical panel with an identical model to restore power to a critical piece of equipment. This would typically be classified as a repair because it simply restores the system to its original operating condition. The new panel replaces the damaged one without adding any new functionality or increasing the system's capacity. This type of repair is often necessary to maintain the business's operations and prevent downtime. It's important to document the specific details of each project to accurately classify it as either an upgrade or a repair. This documentation should include detailed descriptions of the work performed, the materials used, and the reasons for the project. For example, if a homeowner replaces an electrical panel as part of a larger home renovation project, the documentation should clearly state that the panel replacement was necessary to accommodate the new electrical load from the renovation. This will help to support the claim that the project is an upgrade. Similarly, if a business owner replaces an electrical panel due to a specific event, such as a power surge or a lightning strike, the documentation should include a detailed description of the event and the damage it caused. This will help to support the claim that the project is a repair. In addition to the documentation, it's also important to consider the overall impact of the project on the property's value and functionality. An upgrade should generally result in a significant increase in the property's value and/or functionality, while a repair should simply restore the property to its original condition. For example, replacing an old electrical panel with a new, higher capacity panel that can accommodate the new air conditioning system would likely be considered an upgrade because it increases the property's functionality and value. However, replacing a damaged electrical panel with an identical model to restore power to a single appliance would likely be considered a repair because it only restores the property to its original condition. When in doubt, it's always best to consult with a qualified tax professional to determine the proper classification of an electrical project. A tax professional can review the specific details of the project and provide guidance on the tax implications. They can also help to ensure that proper documentation is maintained to support the classification of the project. In summary, the distinction between an upgrade and a repair is crucial for proper accounting and tax compliance. An upgrade enhances the system beyond its original specifications, while a repair restores the system to its original condition. Documenting the specific details of each project and considering its overall impact on the property's value and functionality are essential for accurate classification. Consulting with a tax professional can provide further guidance and ensure compliance with all applicable tax laws.